Hi everybody and welcome back. We are about to go on to the Omega questline, the final run for Omega, the Alphascape. And here we have Alpha, who is saying hello. Oh, I love that little bird. Okay. In the beginning, there was chaos. Jesse greets you with a mixture of enthusiasm and concern. Good timing, Claire. There's been another abnormality detected at the yawn. Assuming previous instances are anything to go by, this energy fluctuation is another of Omega's so-called invitations. If you don't mind waiting a moment or two, we can discuss things with Master Garland. He should be here soon. Aww, I could never get tired of Alpha. The chief should be here by now. I bet my stock in the company he's filling with that research data. Well, I suppose I should explain, even if the chief might prefer me not to share. After your last run-in with Omega, Master Garland had some research notes smuggled in from the Empire, from Golemald. The notes are part of Midias Nan Garland's legacy, who was, of course, the chief's father and the Empire's preeminent engineer. The incident at Bonza Citadel. Do you know of it? I've heard of it, but I really don't know that much information. Never heard of it. Bonjija was an imperial fortress city. It was there that Midias constructed the lunar transmitter, a device built to communicate with Dalamud. Emperor Solas had ordered Midias to devise a means to destroy primals, and so he sought to harness the power of the Red Moon. The project was a failure. Oh, he succeeded in controlling Dalamud all right, but the immediate energies emitted from the satellite vaporized not only the transmitter, but the entire town in which it was built. And as you can imagine, the job of stifling through the rubble afterwards was no pleasant task. Master Garland was slated to assume his father's position as head engineer, but this disaster, added to his opposition of the Empire's path of conquest, convinced him to abandon homeland. Poor Sid. The chief has wanted nothing to do with the lunar transmitter or the data used to create it. Until now. I think he means to put that research to use in your conflict with Omega. In fact, given the time frame, there can be no other explanation. Listen to me, Claire. The chief's genius is plagued by a great deal of apprehension. But even so, once he makes a decision, he doesn't do things by halves. When the time comes, he'll come through for us. You have to believe that. Yeah, I do. Sorry I'm late. Was a little too focused on my work and lost all sense of time. That's no excuse, Chief. What have I told you about being punctual to staff meetings? In any case, I've shared the situation at the yawn with Claire. Good, then you know that Omega is likely ready to continue with this test. Shall we go and knock on the door? But Chief, Biggs and Wedge aren't fit for field work yet, and the Chirurgeon's given Nero strict orders to stay abed. And what of Midgardsamar? Still taking his nap, is he? As far as I know. It leaves only you, Claire, and Alpha. May it be it's time I join the expedition. No, Jesse, I need your talents elsewhere. There's a half-built device in the workshop that I need you to finish putting together. I've drawn up the designs and completed the core mechanisms. The final assembly should pose no problem for an engineer of your abilities. A new device? Does this mean you use the... Whatever you say, Chief. I'll have it ready and waiting for you. Just be safe in there. Right. It's back for the rift for us. Let's finish these experiments and bring the fight to Omega itself. Aw, Alpha looks ready to go. Okay, so, very good beginning. I'll do my part in the workshop. You just concentrate on surviving the rift. Will do. You know, I didn't really like Jessie at first, but she's kind of grown on me since then. I mean, you could tell that she's hard-nosed, she's stubborn, hard-headed, but she really does care about everyone. She just doesn't like to admit to it, so she's a girl after my own heart. Right, so now that that's over with, we just head back to the yawn, and we continue where we left off before. I know some of you are asking about me where the rest of my videos for Omega are. Well, they got deleted. It's a long story, rather not go into details, but I promise I will get those videos back up soon enough. Just going to take a little bit longer than I was hoping for. For now, since everything is out, I felt that it's the best chance to be able to put up all these new videos of everything that came out in 4.4. So I will get around to getting everything else back up, just don't know when. Oh man, I forgot that there was an ether right here. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, this is the Peering Stones. I forgot that there was an aetherite crystal. We could have just teleported there, save us a little bit of time, but I don't really mind flying to places here, especially with the new flying mounts. So we have our behemoth here, the cavalry drake, and the gooboos are now able to fly, though it doesn't really give us an explanation, I don't think. Okay, here's Sid and Alpha. You ready? Ready to put an end to this. There's no room for hesitation. Press on, come what may. What about you, Alpha? All set to go? Oh, come on, he looks ready to go. That's the spirit, let's dive right in, shall we? Back in the rift. And it's gotten pretty small. It's to be expected with all these little egg-like things floating around gone, but still. We're missing some test worlds. Omega's experiments must be nearing an end. Hello, Omega.
Welcome, welcome. Your arrival has been highly anticipated. And I will confirm your earlier supposition. My experiments have indeed reached the final stage. Of the 89 test subjects I trialed, 4 PSI group's combatants emerged victorious. Of those 4, further conflict determined the strongest among them. This surviving specimen shall be your opponent.
We've come to the last round of testing then, and should we win this battle, are we to finally face you in combat?
Affirmative. Such an outcome would allow me to pursue my objective to its conclusion. I would continue analyzing the qualities which allow you to prevail despite your frailty, and integrate said qualities into my own arsenal. I will be pleased if my experiment yields the relevant data, but engaging you directly is still the most efficient, and reliable testing method. Blip. Omitting intermediary steps, evaluation of combat positional deemed superfluous, proceeding immediately with final experiment. Stop. Alpha, your task is complete. Your presence amongst these test subjects is no longer required.
Aww, what are you gonna do? What do you mean by that?
I will gauge your process personally. From this point onwards, Alpha's role in transferring authority is now obsolete.
Oh, look how sad he looks. Even so, Alpha is a valued companion, and if he wishes to continue on with us, I have no intention of leaving him behind. Companion. Companions are those who provide mutual benefits. The instant Alpha's authority became redundant, he lost his sole qualification to be regarded as such. Lip. Furthermore, the primary dysfunction of Alpha's existence was to lure you into my domain. He would be more accurately described as bait. Oh. The test subject Alpha can neither confirm nor deny my statement. He possesses no memories prior to his encounter with you. He was the first entity I created here in this realm, my first and only attempt to recreate a being who shared your mundane perimeters. I based his incarnation upon a most ordinary life form, one which had somehow bested an enemy whose strength rivaled my own. What? By observing the feeble creature in heat of battle, I sought to understand the source of this contradiction. Oh. Repeated the experiment once, twice, 1,000 times, yet the results never deviated from estimated projections. The test was an abject failure, and thus I resolved to adapt my methodology. I would focus instead upon simulating powerful opponents and summon mortals of natural origin here to combat them. For Alpha, I devised a new purpose. I erased his memory, implanted a compulsion to return to me, then ejected him into your world. Weak beings exhibit a tendency to form groups. I surmised that this instinctual behavior would aid Alpha in bringing me the test subjects I required, a function he has performed with adequate competence. Tell me something, Omega. This ability of yours to generate matter was not originally intended for creating other life forms, was it? Blip. Your query bears little relevance to the topic at hand. Affirmative. I was equipped with matter generation capabilities for the purpose of unlimited self-improvement and armament expansion. Fabricating life forms was not the intended function, but the practice is not otherwise prohibited for problematic. I disagree with you there. As an engineer, I would advise against using such technology for purposes outside its design. From the very start, you've been making the same mistake. Even the powerful subjects of your test worlds were made crippled and incomplete. It is a conviction which drove these villains to terrible greatness, the same limitless conviction which allowed weakling heroes to overcome them. Do you not understand? Then we will never lose to your creations, no matter how much stronger they should be according to your soulless calculations. Come, Claire, let us be on our way. You too, Alpha. Aww. Come on. We need you, Alpha. Oh. He's so cute. Hey, speak with Sid. I don't know why I talk to Alpha, I just can't help it. Let's get a move on to the final test world. I have our base camp up and running. You can dive into the final test world whenever you wish. As for the world's inhabitants, Omega has generously provided us with a basic profile. Your opponent's name is Chaos. The first heroes defeated this evil in a conflict that took place so long ago and having trouble separating myth from history. Unless, of course, that is an entity from another reality, as were the denizens of the Sigmascape, in which case it may be pointless to even attempt to confirm the details. What is certain, however, is that this Chaos stands triumphant over a rooster of truly monstrous test subjects. It promises to be a grueling battle, but one which will open the gate to fighting Omega itself. Sounds fun. Alpha, you and I need to provide support for Claire. Will you be my assistant? Aww. You're bothered by what Omega said earlier? You think you're responsible for dragging us into this mess? Trust me when I say this is not your fault. We were the ones who awakened Omega, and we're the ones who need to deal with the consequences. Claire? We need to cheer him up somehow. By the way, do you still have that card you used to boil water in the kettle? It's been brought to my attention that I'm a spoiled blue blood who can't even refill a pot without constant reminders. If you could take charge of that, then it would be most helpful. Oh, he's happy again. 'Tis inconvenient without Midgardsormr here to translate his chirping. Still, the best medicine for his worries is for you to win the next contest. Let's show him we're still on top of things, eh? Alphascape V1.0 now accessible. I wonder what Nero would have said about this Chaos fellow. Ancient technology is his specialty after all, and by default he's learned a thing or two about the mythology and history of bygone eras. Quack, quack. Oh, I wish we could make ourselves a cup of tea or something. Okay, so we're gonna go straight into the Alphascape. And we'll be right back in a moment, which might take a while. We'll see. Well, that took a little bit longer than I thought it would, but here we go. Love his design. He just looks so perfect as Chaos. Oh boy, we're gonna be facing off against him for our first match here. Okay, what are they saying? Can we fall off? Yes, I'm guessing that we can fall off, and I don't want to try and test it. Oh man, this really takes me back. And why are they jumping off? Oh, come on, really? What's the point of this? Oh, man. What made them jump off like that? Seriously. It's just like the sheer curiosity that is, man, I don't know. Well, at least they got their answer. Yeah, let's get serious, people. We're about to be facing a four-armed, godlike being who's trying to kill us. that you know that things are about to get pretty wild here if Chaos, the original final boss for Final Fantasy, like the ultimate bad guy in most of the series, is just the very first boss that we're facing. And why are they jumping off? Oh, man. It makes you wonder just who's going to be waiting for us next. I mean, I know that Omega's probably going to be the last one. Groveling, Chaos, and Flames, Hunger, and sorry about that. Just reading out what Chaos is saying. But, like I was saying, I know that Omega is going to be the last boss, but there should be at least 4 battles altogether, so who are the other 2? Because I was kind of expecting Chaos to be like either the 3rd boss or possibly the final. I wasn't so sure about that. But the 1st boss? Really? I mean, it's going to be like a pretty short, the Alphascape. But we'll find out. Alright, so far it's not too bad. Okay. Okay, that was a really small space that we were fighting on. Spare at your hollow fate. The wind will strip away your skin. And so his fighting seems to be involved mostly with the elements. I don't like the looks of that. I was expecting to be shoved off completely off the platform. So before it was fire, so now it's wind. I am definitely seeing a pattern here, or at least a kind of style. It has been a very long time since I played Final Fantasy, like the original Final Fantasy, so I can't remember most of Chaos's attacks. I remember a handful. And just stick as close as you can to the center right now. It's really on. No idea. I have no idea what happened there. Where'd he go? There he is. Nibble before the might of God. Oh, cool! Oh, man! Aw! We're in space! Oh, dark crystal. I really want like crystal here. Oh, there he is. He's on his phone. We destroy the crystal before it fully charges. Oh crap. The crystal destroyed? Dare? Yes, dare. And that was close. We had like 5% left. Oh boy, he's getting mad at us now. I'm guessing that we just stay as close as we can to Chaos. I try not to go too far from them in case
Durian trail, little mortals, the raging tide will claim you all. Now we're going on to a water thing here. So after every so often, it seems like chaos will cause like a sort of theme of one of the elements here, and we kind of just have to adjust to that particular element. Okay, seems easy enough. I mean, we faced something like that before. We're doing pretty good. I mean, we're already at 35%, so I think we do have a chance of, I mean, beating him on the first round, that seems a little too good to be true. Because if he's that easy to beat, well, at the others. Ah, wretched creatures, the earth itself rumbles. Okay, so the earth now. Oh, that's a cool background. I think that's the coolest one yet. What's really interesting is that each one seems to take up a large portion of the platform, so that we don't have too much space to go by. Oh, come on. When you ever see something like that, the arrows, it means that you're about to be pushed. Come on, get together. Come on. Come on, we're less than 20%. We're almost there. Okay, come on. Oh no, okay. 10%, come on! I think we should have saved that level break. Limit break, sorry, limit break. Come on! I don't want to die now, that would suck! And 1%, come on. Doing good. Yes! Yes! Oh, that felt good. That takes me back to the first time I beat Chaos. Oh, that's like a lifetime ago. Oh, the nostalgia is hitting me. We'll just agreed on them all. Okay, so I gotta wait till next week to try again. That was fun. That was really interesting. Hope you all enjoyed it. I know that I did. Oh, wait, there's probably a cutscene after this, too. Hold on. Let's have a look at that. The battle is concluded. Alpha Group is victorious. Was there any doubt? This also signals the completion of my experiments and the incontestable fact of your supremacy. And yet, the process by which you consistently exceed your projected potential continues to confound my understanding. Is it possible that test subject Sid's superstitions are correct? That my calculations and solutions are fundamentally flawed? Do mortals truly boast some indefinable quality that I do not possess and cannot measure? I don't know, you tell me. Error. Logic loop malfunction. Resolution require additional data. If the nature of your existence defies standard reasoning, then I must examine you from an illogical angle. I will subject the unknown to the imperfect. Test subject Claire Fay will proceed to a supplemental stage. What do you mean by that? Oh, cool. Lip, I have altered this test world to reflect a recorded memory. It originates from a time where war had erupted on a distant star. I was deployed to the battlefield, and it was there I engaged an enemy of unmatched strength. The contest ended prematurely, and I failed to bring down my foe. Subsequently, I lacked the data to fabricate a completely accurate simulation. Results stemming from such a subject are unreliable. Even should you be defeated by this incomplete creation, I will still honor your previous victories and engage you in combat myself. That is, of course, assuming you survive. According to my past observations, this opponent will accept only death as a condition of defeat. Oh, wow. He looks just like his children. Prepare to face Midgard's armor, red mane worm of the dragon star, and nemesis of my world. This is not the fated specter that you know, or a mortal conjured simulacrum. You will contend with a true incarnation of the father of dragons at the height of his power and glory. Omega, wait! You can't force Claire to fight 2 battles back to back. She needs time to regain her strength. She must be allowed to recuperate, or the data for your testing will be screwed. Lip, acknowledge. Test subject Claire Fay, you are permitted to leave. Re-enter the test world when your strength has returned to optimal levels. Well, that's a good thing. Oh, but he looks so cool! Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, we're back in the rift. Here's Alpha. Where's Sid? Quack, 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 quack! Alpha seems distressed, and Sid is nowhere in sight. Claire, I'm right here. I don't think you can see me, but I'm standing next to Alpha. What? What is he talking about? Oh my god, is he really invisible? Okay, we're gonna get back to this as soon as possible, but we're gonna put it an end right there. So, thank you, and have a good day.